Welcome back to my fantasy football roundup. We'll just show the box score right away for my fantasy football matchup. And as you can see, it didn't fare too well. So some things happened. As I mentioned last week, I put in A.J. Dillon over Leonard Fournette. And while that wasn't the worst decision in the world, because Fournette only got 6 points on my bench, Dillon got 4.6 against San Francisco, so that wasn't helpful. I put in Jonnu Smith, and let's see, Tyler Higbee was on my bench with 15 points. Man, I could have used those. Tampa's defense once again laid an egg. Thank you. What was the other bad one? Juju Smith-Schuster, 5.5 points sitting there. While I had Cole Beasley from Buffalo on my bench with 20.8 points. So I could have won this had I had foresight. But I lost. Josh Allen went off though. Derrick Henry did really well, as you would expect him to do. Chris Godwin did really well. He was one of the few good bright spots in Tampa's game against the Rams. And Justin Tucker went crazy for a kicker, including that 66-yard field goal with the bounce off the it was awesome. He's been apparently been asking Harbaugh to let him kick a 70-yard field goal for like years. I hope Harbaugh eventually lets him do it, because I'd love to see him try and make a 70-yard field goal. That would be crazy. But anyways, the other guy didn't have anything super crazy. Justin Jefferson got 26.8 points. But everyone else is just super consistent, and that was enough to topple me. So it was that guy's first win too. So now we're both 1-2. Good. So I haven't decided what I'm gonna do for next week yet. Like if I'm gonna change anybody up. I'm definitely going to see about the waivers area and see if I can pick up another defense just in case I don't like Tampa's matchup. Like if Tampa's going up against somebody I think they can just run over, then I'm not concerned. But as I said last week when I was doing my pick'ems, I was a little concerned about the Rams, and it turned out I was rightfully so. So yeah, I'm gonna find that. I only have 3 running backs at the moment, but God, I really wish maybe I could pick up another one. I don't know. Maybe that's just worrying too much. But definitely gonna start switching out some more people, really looking at those matchups and seeing if I can do a little bit better next week. So we'll just jump right into the pick'ems. So last week I did well again. I went 11-5 for the second week in a row, and now my overall score is positive. I'm 25-22. Good. So picked the Panthers over the Texans. It was good. Sam Darnold's looking really well. It's amazing what happens when you're not being coached by Adam Gase. And when you're not in the Jets. So, yep, Panthers beat up the Texans. It was good. Bills ran all over Washington. Who's Washington? Oh, Washington's quarterback's Heineke, who gave Tampa fits last year in the playoffs. I didn't see that coming. But yeah, Bills just ran over him. Josh Allen did great. The Browns ran over the Bears. I felt really bad for that rookie quarterback on the Bears. What's his name? Justin something. Fields? Oof, did not go. Myles Garrett had 4.5 sacks. It is crazy. In one game, Browns looking good. We'll just see what happens when they go up against an actually tough opponent. Ravens edged out the Lions with that aforementioned Justin Tucker 66-yard field goal. The Lions have looked okay all season. They're not able to get over that hurdle. It's almost like Matt Stafford was a better quarterback than Jared Goff. I know it's crazy, but so Ravens won that. Tennessee Titans beat the Colts as I expected. My first loss, the Chargers beat the Chiefs. How did the Chargers beat the Chiefs? Oh, fine, whatever. Chiefs are 1-2. I don't know what's going on. Jameis Winston came back alive, and the Saints beat the Patriots. Patriots are 1-2. It's not looking good for them. Falcons beat the Giants as I expected, and as I expected, it was a really boring game. The Bengals beat the Steelers. I almost feel like I said I was worried about this game, and yeah, Joe Burrow looks actually pretty good. And the Steelers are mostly Ben Roethlisberger is starting to show his age. So maybe the Steelers should have drafted a quarterback. If they did, I don't remember. And if it wasn't early on. That's a problem. The Cardinals beat the Jaguars. Jaguars put up a bit more of a fight than I was expecting them to, but I mean, Kyler Murray's still really good. They're just taking care of business. I think they have a pretty good. We'll get to it in a second, but I think they have a pretty good matchup this week. Raiders beat the Dolphins. That was a close one. Yeah, they're hurting without Tua. Like Jacoby Brissett's all right, but it's just he's not the starter for a reason. Broncos beat the Jets 26-0. Poor Jets. They're so bad. so bad. And my spoiler pick, the Rams beat the Bucks. I something told me, I was like, I don't think the Bucks are going to beat the Rams, and they didn't. Our defense looked terrible. Stafford made them look stupid. And and we couldn't penetrate their defense like as much as we needed to. Like, just wasn't a good game for us. But yeah, Rams won. The Vikings beat the Seahawks. I guess I'm not that surprised, but I don't know. The Seahawks kind of live or die by Russell Wilson, and just didn't have it in him this one. The Packers edged out the 49ers at the last second. I believe it was another game where it ended at the end with just a field goal at the last second. And yeah, now both Packers and Niners are 2-1. I picked the Cowboys to beat the Eagles. I didn't think they were going to beat them that badly, but yeah, 41-21. Cowboys stomped the Eagles. Jalen Hurts didn't look as good as he did that 1 week where he went crazy. And Eagles might be having a problem. If the Cowboys stay healthy, I don't know who's going to beat them in their division. This might be the 1 year we have a pretty good team coming out of the NFC East, but I mean, we'll see. They could fall apart midway through the season. Who knows? NFC East is a shit show anyways. All right, week 4 for pick'ems. Bengals Jaguars. I'm going to go Bengals. I still feel no reason to pick the Jaguars. Until they start picking up some wins, I'm not picking them. Unless it's like the Jets. I might pick the Jaguars over the Jets. But yeah, Bengals, I think they got that. Washington, Atlanta. I'm going to go Washington. I think the Falcons, despite the fact that they beat the Giants, I still don't think they're very good. And I think Heineke is good enough, because Fitzpatrick's still hurt. I don't know how long he's hurt. He might be out the whole year. I haven't really looked into it. But I think Heineke and the rest of that team can outdo Atlanta. So, picking Washington. Texans, Bills. Very easy pick. Going Bills. The only way I would even question it is if Tyrod Taylor was playing, and I do not think he is. Lions, Bears. I'm going to give Lions their first win of the season with this. I think they can beat the Bears. I don't think the Bears are very good, and I think this will be Jared Goff's first win in Detroit. Panthers, Cowboys. I was a bit... this was a bit of a toss-up for me, because the Cowboys are looking pretty good, but I think Darnold and McCaffrey are looking very good as well, and I think the Panthers can take this. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys win, but I think the Panthers can do this. Colts, Dolphins. I'm going to give the Colts their first win here. I think Carson Wentz and the Colts can take down the Dolphins, especially with Tua not being there. This is me doing all these picks without actually looking at the injury report, so I could be just shocked and Tua shows up next week and they stomp the Colts. I don't know. But I think the Colts with Wentz can get their first win this season and take down the Dolphins. Browns, Vikings. I'm taking the Browns. Once again, I wouldn't be super shocked if the Vikings win this, because they proved last week that they kind of have a team, even though it was their first win of the season. The Browns seem to be on a roll. And as long as they don't start getting cocky like they did the second year of Baker's career, I think they can pull it off. I think they can continue to do well and I think they can take down the Vikings. Saints Giants. I don't think the Giants are going to win this. Even if Winston doesn't have the greatest game, I think they can beat the Giants. And Winston should tear them up. I think he is having issue with stronger teams, but I think like the weakling teams that he's supposed to beat, I think he can beat them. So I think the Saints have this. Especially with, like, just, even if Winston's not going up, just give it to Kamara. He'll run over the Giants' defense. Titans, Jets. Come on, Titans. Derrick Henry is going to kill the Jets' defense. Tannehill doesn't even need to do anything. If you just gave Derrick Henry the ball on every play of this game, the Jets are going to stop him? They are not going to stop him. So let Derrick Henry get 400 yards. I'll keep him in my fantasy lineup. And, Titans over the Jets. Chiefs, Eagles. So despite the fact that the Chiefs are now 1-2, I'm picking them in this game. I think this will be their rebound. I think Mahomes will take out the Mahomes and Hill will take out the Eagles' defense. So I'm not concerned about that. Another toss-up one, but I'm just going to go with my gut. Cardinals, Rams. I'm going to go Cardinals. They're both 3-0, and I did just see what the Rams did to the Bucs, but I think Kyler Murray's doing well, and I think he's going to continue to do well. I think him, DeAndre Hopkins, who was the other wide receiver they just got, I need to research this stuff. But I think they can take down the Rams. Like, I think it'll be close, but I think the Cardinals can beat the Rams. 49ers, Seahawks. I think the 49ers can win this, so I'm going to go on them. They only lost to the Packers because of that last-second field goal, and I think they'll want to rebound, and I think they can take down the Seahawks. So I'm going to go with the 49ers. Until Garoppolo starts showing me that he just it's not there, no. Let's just go 49ers. And let's see. Ravens, Broncos. The Broncos do look good, and the Ravens do have some injury issues, but I think I'm going to go Ravens here. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think Lamar is going to run them over, but I think the Ravens are going to outduel the Broncos. I think it'll be close. It'll be like a 24-21 game or something. But yeah, I'm taking the Ravens in this. I'm going to take the Steelers-Packers. I'm almost tempted to go Steelers, but I'm going to stick with my gut, and I'm going to go Packers. They're 2-1. They seem to be doing all right. They seem to be getting over that awful first week they had. So I'm going to go Packers over Steelers, but, I mean, any given Sunday, the Steelers you don't know what Steelers team is going to show up. I know Roethlisberger's 500 years old, but he could go out there and just tear them up. Who knows? Buccaneers, Patriots. I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm taking Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski taking down their old team. I think Arians will have a game plan to take down Mac Jones, and I think the Bucs will do this. I guess I wouldn't be super shocked if they lost, because it is Bill Belichick and it's first ever time going up against Tom Brady. So maybe they have schemes and they know how to deal with them. We'll see. On the last game, the Raiders and the Chargers, I am going to take the Raiders. They've been consistently good, and despite the fact that the Chargers did take down the Chiefs last week, I think Herbert's still young. I think Carr can outduel him. And, I'm going to take the Raiders. Once again, would not be completely shocked if the Chargers won this. But, we'll see what happens. But anyways, that's it for my fantasy football roundup. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.